After the Republic's swift victory at the Battle of Geonosis, Jedi have been given the role of generals, commanding the newly formed clone army. Jedi Master Luminara Unduli took her soldiers to the Mid-Rim to set up an outpost allowing communications to be bridged between the core and the Outer Rim planets. The position, however, was quickly discovered by the separatist forces, who sent an army to close off the link. The clone troopers, led by Lieutenant Gree, stood their ground, but they were losing troops fast. After sending a call back to base, a signal for help was sent, and a response was received. The 501st were coming to assist. The outpost had an LAAT gunship, useful for transporting troops, but their main artillery came from their ATTE walker. This walker could flatten an army of droids, but due to the surprise attack, it wasn't primed for battle. Briefing the men on how to operate the large battle tank was Commander Sentle, Luminara's second in command. The 501st arrived, guns blazing. The brigade was led by Captain Duke, with Rex, a newly assigned sergeant, taking second in command. Their assist was sure to help a quick and easy victory. The separatist droids are strong, killing war machines. They lack cognitive ability but have armor and programming built for destruction. The main force, however, was no match for the clone troopers. This, however, was not the end of the separatists. A wave of battle droids had flanked the Republic's outpost, and while the front was defended, only a handful of troops remained inside. Could Luminara and her men hold off the battle droid army?
Roger, roger.
Let me know in the comments below. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you this battle made out of crochet, themed on Star Wars, that you saw in the introduction. Now I hope you enjoyed that introduction. I made it a bit more fancy than normal. I decided to give it a little story, and you guys can comment down below if you think the droids will win or if Luminara and her clones will win. Put it in the comments below, and then my next diorama may be the prequel to this one, and we can get an awesome little story going. Now I'm using a new very wide camera so you can see all of the mess that goes along with making one of these battles. This is kind of like a behind the scenes of the intro that was like the professional kind of cool little show. So, it's a very gloomy day today. I've got a light on top of the DJI Action 2 which I'm using to film this. If you're interested, I do more camera stuff on my other channel. The link will be in the description, but today we're using this. It's also my first time filming on this camera, so if the audio or the filming's a bit dodgy, that's another explanation there. I've done quite a lot of waffling, and we're going to dive in to this battle, which is awesome. Now, I haven't decided where the battle is taking place. It's Luminara Unduli, and she is in this outpost here. Now, she has Phase 1 clone troopers, because this takes place after the Battle of Geonosis. Clone troopers are not coloured yet, and here we have Commander Sentle, I believe his name was. He's just a made-up commander. And we have Lieutenant Gree. Now, if you're a Star Wars fan, you'll know that Luminara's leading clone trooper is Commander Gree. Well, we've got him as a lieutenant here because I think he has time to upgrade should he survive this battle, depending on what you guys comment. Now, this is the outpost, and I kind of gave a little story with this receiver here, that it sends transmissions to the Outer Rim. There is also a little sensor dish. That's like what you get on top of military boats in this real world, I think. So I just thought I'd throw that in, and then just some storage crates and stuff. There is an LAAT gunship with some troops inside, and this is probably coming back after the Battle of Geonosis, bringing more troops in to her outpost. On the side, we have an ATTE walker. Now, this is one of my favourite crocheted Star Wars vehicles. It is huge, and it's awesome. People can also go inside it. They're not going inside it for this one, because they're outside and Commander Sentle is teaching them about how to operate the vehicle because they're very new clones. Now this outpost is great, but it's so great that the separatists decided to attack it. And as you can see over here, we have a whole battalion of droids. I don't know how many droids are in this bunch specifically. I believe there's 75 droids in total, so there's plenty of droids here, and I believe there's about 50 plain clones, plus the 501st, but we'll get to them later. So here you can see the droids are all lined up. We've got a main square here, and then a few trailing behind. There is also a droid commander at the back there. The clone forces have this little bridge over the river, and they're kind of running across it. We've got Lieutenant Gree here, further back, and then this clone trooper thrown in the air because of an explosion, and some more clone troopers up the front fighting. Now, I've done these dioramas before, and I've never done laser beams, I don't think, and so here I've added in some little sticks. I believe they're just coloured matchsticks. But I've stood them up on a little hammer bead so they're kind of elevated, and I think they look quite cool. Now, they're not glowing. If it was a photo, I could make them glow, and that'd be cool. But they're not glowing, but I think it gives the effect of laser beams flying around. So over here we have the 501st who come in for backup, and this is where, you know, potentially those of you who are Star Wars nerds might get a bit, does that work? Because we've got phase 1 clones, so technically the 501st don't actually exist at this point. They're still just plain clone troopers as well, but we're just going to ignore that lore because they're such a cool brigade and I thought I'd bring them in. So don't worry about the 501st being technical and, you know, don't get all Star Wars technical on me. I'm a huge fan. I love the technicalities, hence why I know that it is technically incorrect, but I thought I'd include it anyway. So they are coming out of their LAAT gunship there. We've got 2 clone pilots in each of these gunships. They really kind of add to the ship. And then we've kind of got these 4 scout type troopers over here. And then the main 501st Brigade. We've got the, what was his name? We've got Captain Duke here, Duke with a J, and he is the commander at the moment. And then I said Rex, who is back here, I said that he was a new sergeant who's just been added to the brigade because, again, he can have time to upgrade to a captain later on because this is right at the beginning of the Clone Wars. So, then the droid army was going to be diminished pretty quickly with the clones on this side and the clones at the front. They were kind of pushing them into the corner, going to destroy them pretty quickly. And that was great, but all of the main forces are up the front here fighting across the river, leaving the base vulnerable to, as you already know, the little side attack. This second wave of droids is making its way. There is 18 droids here. They're going to march their way round and into the front of the base. Now, Luminara is here, and she could probably single-handedly deal with the droids. She does also have these 9 clones, and there's also 8 clones inside this gunship. There's also these 9 clones here, so I don't think it's an issue, and if I was to comment, I would pretty much guarantee that the clones were going to win, because actually this front force might not beat the droid army up there. This droid army may be able to trickle a few through here, although with them coming from the side, they're going to get kind of cornered. So this fight up here might be pretty even, but I reckon this fight down here is actually, although it's meant to be like the kind of secret fight, I believe it'll be much easier for the clones because they do outnumber the droids. So that is a basic overview of this entire diorama. And it is all made out of crochet. I've crocheted it myself. As I say, I've been working on each component of this for so long now. It's been going on for years, my project. I've got gunships, as you can see, and then I've also got the ATTE Walker. Now, I've used these in other projects, like I've got the Battle of Geonosis, I've done the Battle of Kashyyyk. I feel like there was another one as well. Go back on my channel and you can watch them, and you will see components of this battle from others, and we kind of mix and match, and that means every time I add, we're just going to get bigger and bigger. And although quantity isn't always best, quality is very important. The bigger the better. It is very satisfying having a big battle. So here is my battle. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment down below and comment any other battles you'd like to see made. It doesn't have to be Star Wars. We do Star Wars on this channel mainly because I am a huge Star Wars fan, but hey, I'm looking for ideas on what to make, and comment down below so we can make a prequel and see what happens to Luminara Unduli, her clones, the 501st, and the droids in this battle in the next one.